And happy Tuesday. Welcome into the Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Our fearless leader, Chase McCabe, still in New York City, getting yet another LinkedIn certification. That guy, man, you should see his office. I think this is his 9th LinkedIn certification. So we're proud of you, Chaser McCabe, for that. So instead, chase out the good doctor, Dr. Crane, in today, the speaker, Connor Newt, behind the glass. Good morning, Dr. Crane.
Good morning. I'm always listening. Just know that, Joe.
Always. It's sound. We're booming. Evidently, maybe these headset makes me sound better.
Yeah, you sound loud and clear.
Yeah.
I guess it's those new headphones for you.
You do too. And so the speaker today, Mr. Newton, are we ready for this?
We're always ready.
So you have a directive given by the show guys.
Yes.
We're playing all party tunes today in honor of Ed the Zebra, who is still somewhere in Rutherford County running wild down there, right? We've gathered?
Yes.
Yes.
We have. We were misled yesterday. We thought he was captured.
I fell for an AI picture at Animal Control, and that's my fault because I'm stupid. But in a few moments, we have our very own Murfreesboro correspondent who's going to come in and give us an update on Ed the Zebra.
I'm ecstatic. This is going to be great. I don't think I've ever seen a zebra on the loose like this in Tennessee. Like this long, I mean. Normally,
right,
some sort of captivity or something grabs them by now. No.
It's taking over social media.
You know what this reminds me of, Joe?
It's fascinating.
Oh,
we got our correspondents coming in now. This is even
go.
better right now. What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of that one time when we had all those monkeys on the loose.
Was that in South Carolina?
Yes.
They broke out of a facility and you're like, here we go. This is how it ends.
Planet of the Apes 2.0.
So let's bring in our correspondent from Murfreesboro, from Woody and Jim. Woody, how are you, buddy?
I am fine, Big Joe.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. I was actually at Toots, big restaurant in Murfreesboro, and that's all anybody was talking about was Ed the Zebra.
What's the latest on Ed the Zebra?
Still on the loose. I guess they have search teams out. They also have canine units. I suggested while we were at Toots, maybe we could put out a plate of fried pickles, kind of like you put out cookies for Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And, the zebra might show up after that. But, yeah, he's become a media darling.
I opened up social media this morning, got about 5, and everything was Ed the Zebra. I don't recall anything taking over us like this. I'm sure there has been.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I don't know anything else. But why the canine team?
Because they're searching with drones and also, with dogs. And they said, actually, we did some research on zebras, and they're not very smart.
Are they not?
So they're saying that they may just wander into traffic.
Well, I think we've seen some videos that have shown he's wandering into traffic.
Yeah, he's been running next to the interstate and kind of being scared of the cars going by. But we're hoping that Ed finds his way safely back home.
So why fried pickles? I'm curious. Is that like a zebra thing they like, fried pickles?
It's a Murfreesboro thing.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Crane, you went to MTSU. You should know that.
Yeah.
You should, yeah. You've had Toots pickles.
Yeah, delicious.
Your boots on the ground. You're a guy in Murfreesboro. Does Ed have an owner?
Apparently, he has an owner in Christiana that only got Ed on Friday, and then he got loose on Saturday. So apparently did not put up a very good zebra fence.
And so he's out and about. Have they talked to the owner? Do you know?
He's been anonymous. I don't know. Maybe he's too embarrassed to come forward and say, yeah, that's my zebra. But I couldn't keep track of him, so he's gone.
How is the fact that the zebra was not hit on 24 is fascinating?
That is fascinating, because everyone has accidents on I-24.
Everyone.
But then again, on I-24, the traffic doesn't move fast enough to actually probably have an impact strong enough to hurt a zebra,
it's hard
especially
to get
this time of day.
It's hard to get hit when you're going 3 miles an hour, I guess, that. But you live down there.
Yes, I do.
So it's the talk of the town.
It is the talk of the town. People are saying that they see it all over the place. We had some friends that saw it in their backyard, so they say. I don't know. I think it's become like a Waldo thing now.
Right.
What everyone in Murfreesboro kept saying, like, oh, yeah, I saw Casey Anthony.
She lives in Murfreesboro, right?
She does, at least part of the time. And the people say, yeah, I saw her in Mapco. And now people are saying, I saw Ed the zebra everywhere, at MTSU hiding behind the sign everywhere. So
what would happen if there was a picture of Casey Anthony riding the zebra down 24?
Worlds would collide.
All right.
Yeah.
It lose our mind.
It could be the end of the universe or worse.
But I don't think how much worse it could be than that. All right. Thank you for this. 93.3. You and Jim over there having a little good time.
We're right through that window. Make sure you wave us anytime.
We will. All right, Woody. Thanks, brother. Follow him on Instagram too. Radio Woody. He had a great Instagram post yesterday of the Ed the Zebra in Murfreesboro running wild. But I'm telling you, it's similar to the monkey thing there, Dr. Crane.
I'm telling you, when you have monkeys on the loose and you add a zebra into the equation, yeah, it's Planet of the Apes 2.0.
It's crazy.
I didn't know you could saddle a zebra.
I don't know.
I mean,
you're asking me.
I mean, you can saddle a pig. I don't know if you could saddle a zebra.
Can you saddle a pig?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
You just made that up.
No, I'm pretty sure you can saddle up a pig because you have all those rodeos where the kids are like 11, 12 years old. They're saddled up on a sheep or some sort of goat. You know where they do the little rodeo racing?
Yeah, probably a little goat. I've never heard them.
Yeah.
Fireside chats with Dr. Crane.
I'm just saying, right, saddle up a pig.
How is your pig doing, by the way?
He's great. I actually talked to my uncle on Sunday, and he said that he's doing great, roughly 200 plus pounds. This could be.
When do you pick him up?
June 22nd is when I go to help load him up.
Okay.
So.
All right. Should be.
Aren't you already loading him up?
Well, I mean, actually, transporting him to the wonderful facility that will make him into.
Well done.
Sausage.
I love that. All right. So thank you, Woody, for that update on that zebra. All right. Tennessee Vols. I'm not a baseball guy. I watched every inning of the Tennessee Vols last night. One of my best friends, his son pitches for Tennessee, Andrew Binky. And so I watched the entire game. And I tell you, man, that was a fun, especially if you're a Vols fan. If you're Wake Forest, not so much. But what a fun game to watch last night.
It was. And I think a lot of Tennessee fans were a little worried at the beginning because Wake Forest was off to a little bit of a hot start. But then Tennessee's bats woke up and there were home runs left and right. And I think it lived up to every expectation that, baseball fans want. And that's just high action. The bats rolling nonstop. Now, sure, there were some collective calls that you'll get those in every baseball game, but
right.
It was fun. It was a fun game to watch.
I thought it was really good. And what I like about these Monday games is like Liam Doyle, like when's he going to come in? Start the game midway through. Of course, he finished the game, but he was throwing some heat.
I mean, that's one thing I am a little perturbed about when it comes to college baseball is just kind of controlling your emotions a little bit. I love that he expressed it.
Here we go, speaker.
I'm just saying, I love it.
Here we go.
At the same time, show a little bit of a humble approach to things.
Why?
I think it's a respect factor. I love the edge. Don't get me wrong. I love the edge. But at the same time, you got to be able to show a humble side of you when it comes to baseball. There's a respect factor. I mean, come on.
So the Wake Forest coach calls out the Tennessee batter.
Yeah, okay.
And says some choice words that were caught on camera.
I didn't see this until this morning. So then if you want to pull that one out of the hat, I guess it'd be an equal game then.
And then the guy just absolutely nukes a home run into right field that might have landed in Maryville. I mean, it was a shot. He rounds the bases, and we're all waiting like, oh, my gosh, is this really happening? And he was very restrained when he rounded the bases. Did you agree or no?
I agree. I didn't see the whole Wake Forest thing until this morning, and I kind of slipped my mind. But, yeah, you're right. Those two things might have rubbed me the wrong way.
Is there a rule now you can't go out of the dugout to celebrate? Because nobody's going out of the room. So the Duke guy, they showed this during the game last night. A guy for Duke hit a home run. They gave him like a hard hat and a vest or something. A few batters later, a teammate hits a home run. So the Duke guy comes 2 steps out with that hard hat on. The umpire sees him, ejects him.
Yeah, they can't bring stuff like that out of the dugout.
I understand that completely. Okay, you don't want all that, but it was like he was like 2 feet out. Oh man, I'm torn on this because it was a rule that's in there. But how did the umpire notice that?
I don't know.
There are more important things to see.
It's their job, Joe.
Shouldn't he be paying attention if the guy stepped on home plate?
I'm just saying that's their job.
But when Tennessee, the guy hit a home run, nobody came out of the dugout. Everybody stayed in the dugout right there. Is that I thought there was celebrations all the time.
I think that's more of an undertone of a celebration of like, we're going to stay in the dugout just to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like reverse psychology.
But no team's coming out. There are no teams that are coming out on the field to celebrate a home run.
No. I saw last night in the Miami game, the whole entire dugout came out and they did like a little fake picture. So I'd have to disagree with that.
Did they?
I did, yeah.
Tennessee didn't. Wake didn't.
It was in the 8th inning.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to go back and pull up the video for you.
All right.
I remember seeing that.
Why don't you just tell me?
Well, I'm telling you now.
Pull anything up for me.
Well, I'm a visual learner, Joe. That's why I always.
You are a visual learner with that going on. We got a packed show for you today at 10 o'clock. MMC fighter Derek Lewis is going to join us,
MMA.
and this guy is
MMC.
massively popular. What did I say?
You said MMC.
Oh,
MMA.
MMC,
Party
MMA,
tunes.
UFC. There we go.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is going to be an absolute, just wonderful conversation with Derek Lewis.
why is this guy so popular?
I mean, and for my generation and Connor's generation, this guy is every bit of live action is what you want to see. Flying knee kicks, roundhouse kicks, faking injuries to the body, and then going out for just to hit somebody in the face for a knockout. I mean, this guy is what you want to see. And I think he's like 3 or 4 knockouts away from having 20 wins in the heavyweight division. So this is a big accomplishment for him.
Does he have the most knockouts? You said something last night.
Yeah,
to me.
he has the most first round knockouts with 15 and 6 of. Oh no, I'm sorry. Most knockouts with 15 in the heavyweight division, and 6 of them came in the first round.
I saw some of the YouTube clip you sent me. I mean, he is just destroying guys.
Yes.
Who'd want to fight that?
I mean, he's 40, I believe. So he's on the back end of his career.
Stop it.
You're right. Age is just a number.
Stop it.
But
Ricky Merritt turned 40 yesterday.
did he really?
Yep. Is he on the back end of his career?
No,
He's just starting.
he's just starting.
Right.
That guy's in his prime.
He's in his prime, right?
So when you look at guys that he's going up against, this I think 25-year-old Teixeira, he's a Brazilian boxer, not boxer, MMA fighter.
Right.
He's orthodox, so like he's very nonchalant, traditional. But he has 8-0 record. 7 of those are TKO KOs, and one of them by submission. I mean, it's going to be an interesting battle because the guy's 6'7". Derek Lewis is like, I think 6'2" or 6'4".
Right.
I have to go back and look. But.
So that leads to our interesting question of the day, because we had another one, but I'm going to switch it right now.
Yeah.
What's more today more impactful, boxing or MMA?
Ooh.
Can boxing ever come back? I mean, boxing's still out there.
It's still
People
out
still watch it. It's still popular. But MMA, I mean, Derek Lewis, people are, texting me, tweeting me. You guys lost your mind that we're having him on today.
Yeah.
Don't answer.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Boxing?
This happens to me on the weekends.
That's
yeah.
right. Boxing or the MMA world, because it's a big deal coming to town.
It is massive.
In July. So we got that for also at 10:15, Brian Callahan is going to speak before the Titans OTA today. And is this mandatory or is this voluntary?
I have no idea.
Is it on the point system?
The look on your face, speaker, is like, don't talk to me till 11 o'clock today. So we'll hear from Brian Callahan at 10:15. Of course, celebrity birthdays at 10:45. Your response and reaction is always welcome. Boxing or MMA? We want to know which one is kind of captivated you more, because I'm telling you, it's a lot on both sides out there. So 615-737-1025, 615-737-1025. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show, brought to you by Omni Nashville Hotel, right here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game. This is a shout out to Ed the Zebra. This is a part of his Spotify playlist as he makes his way out of Rutherford County. Why has he not been trained? People are still weighing in on this, which is crazy. Why has, and by the way, thank you to, I think I get this correctly, 4309. Thank you for sending us the picture of Casey Anthony riding the Zebra down I-24. It's amazing how creative you guys are in half a second to get things done like that for us. Why has nobody tranquilized this thing?
I don't know. I don't know if it's
Is it even real?
I believe it's real, Joe. These videos I've seen online are real. Like if that's a zebra going down the interstate, that is a zebra.
What is he eating? Who's feeding him? Is he getting water? Now I'm worried to death about this guy.
Are you kidding me? Tennessee is like the best place for an animal to just run.
Well, I'm not an
free.
animal, so I don't.
But a zebra is an animal.
Okay.
Come on now. You go to a local river or something down a stream and
Do you think he's got a GPS?
no, but I think a lot of animals have this not moral compass, but they have like that scent on their nose. They can just smell anything.
You're
Like a
the
dog.
best.
I'm telling you, the animals are so much more smarter than us.
Does your pig know you're coming to slaughter him and eat him?
Probably.
Okay.
Not probably not, but probably.
Probably not.
I mean he's marked, so he knows.
He's
something's
marked.
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the zebra, we're just the.
Because there's a lot of wild grass that grows up to about taller than me, and a zebra will probably eat that.
Okay.
The only thing he's got to worry about is probably coyotes.
Well, are there that many coyotes in Murfreesboro?
No, but I mean, Murfreesboro a little more rural than Nashville.
Well, of course it is.
That's what I'm saying. So there's a little more room for error for this zebra.
Okay. This is
I'm just telling you,
a great
there's
thing,
more
man.
room for error for the zebra.
All right, we'll keep you updated on Ed the Zebra. We got a Spotify playlist today, so thank you, Mr. Speaker. And this guy. Dr. Crane is just fascinating.
You guys ever go to the zoo?
Every day, 9 to 11.
Well, there you go.
We're there right now, pal.
Even on Saturdays, 9 to 11. Right, never ends.
It's more of a zoo on Saturdays with the animals we have in here.
You got that elusive beast, Jake Wallman, back there. That's the main thing.
He's a mythical creature.
So when you go to the zoo, what captivates you?
The lions and tigers captivate me.
Okay.
And I also love the meerkats. They pop their heads up.
Is that what a meerkat does? Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for that.
Yep.
And thanks for the body language
Yeah.
showing that too as well.
Joe.
visual learner.
I'm a visual learner. I use my hands. It's an Italian thing.
It
I can't
is a very Italian thing. At one time, they had the lion over at the zoo, and next to him was, I forget. It was a horse, but not a horse. I forget the name of it. It's something that the lion would eat.
Oh,
And I'm thinking, how this thing next door to the lion, whatever it was, not a horse, but something, I forget what they're called, is probably getting up every day like, dear Lord, hope the fence doesn't break today. Amen. How do you live with that? We wake up every day and look over, and there's the guy that's going to eat you looking at you.
antelope.
And there you go.
Yes.
Antelope.
It is the deer of the safari.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
believe.
And the lions go and munch on them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a great zoo here.
Oh, phenomenal. I will say the elephants are awesome to look at too. They're just big.
I told you about elephants, right?
Maybe.
I told you. And listen to this speaker. Elephants see us, humans, the same way we see dogs.
We're adorable.
Absolutely adorable. Right?
Some of us are more adorable than others.
So they see us as just a big old sweet fluffy dog.
Interesting.
Do you not pet a big old fluffy dog?
Of course I do.
I've been yelled at, don't touch my dog. I'm like, sorry, man. You bring that in public, I'm touching it. And that's what she said. So,
No, God, please, no.
So I'm doing that.
Oh,
All right. So the question is, we have Derek Lewis from the UFC coming on at 10 o'clock. What's more impactful now, boxing or MMA or the UFC world?
I'd say MMA. Just off gut feeling, it's the MMA.
But why?
Well, Connor may relate to this a little bit too. As a kid, I grew up in the wrestling household. My grandfather, former professional wrestler. I love the aspect of just everything about professional wrestling, the storylines, all the above. And once, Cat was out of the bag, people started catching on. Oh, wrestling, it's not really real. People didn't really follow it as much. For me, it fell off, and I kept looking for that next big thing. And I love boxing. I love watching old Mike Tyson tapes. And then now transforming it into MMA. MMA is the perfect combination of WWE and actual pure fighting. just at its core. You're using your fists, you're using your feet. I'd say it's the most pure form of entertainment.
So Patrick on our text line says MMA just took over because boxing became way too political. Also, boxing matches, the big ones, are maybe twice a year. MMA/UFC is always going, and the excitement is just better.
Yeah,
That's a great point.
it is a great point. And two, if you look at boxing, they don't do the build up to all these fights. Sure, they'll have their poster promotions, they'll have their advertisements online, but they don't do actual pre-show just stuff leading up to the main event. Like, for example, UFC, they have a weigh-in show. They have a fun, engaging weigh-in show before every pay-per-view event on Friday, starting at like I think 8 a.m. and it goes all the way till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And it is must-see TV. They show everything of how to do a full hold in like a half guard to having fun with eating hot dogs and drinking whatever on the TV. It's a lot of fun.
When somebody has told me this, when you think about society in the year 2150, MMA comes to mind. Like that's how we might evolve as a society, and that'd be like commonplace every day.
Well, I wouldn't say that fighting is the answer when it comes to stuff like that, but I think it would take over. I think WWE they've partnered with UFC if I'm not mistaken.
It's a shareholders ownership group. It's called TKO.
Yeah,
I think it's Dana White is behind all of it, but it's a collaborative ownership group between WWE and UFC.
That's great, and that just goes to show you how WWE has transcended with the times, and they're keeping up with the MMA, and I think it's genius.
But every time I look at video, they're selling out 15, 17, 18,000 seat arenas, and people are losing their mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you went to the UFC event. Was it last year, the year before, when they came to Nashville? That event sold out, and the reason being is because you have a guy like Bruce Buffer, one of the best ring announcers on planet Earth. You're bringing in all heavy name hitters to Nashville because you want to get a true gauge on if UFC will really work in a market like this. And it definitely is.
I think it's going to be sold out and packed and everything else that goes on.
And even if it's not UFC, even if it's PFL or if it's Bellator, whatever it is, like you're going to have action anywhere in Nashville.
So it reminds me like if we were in Rome back in the early days and you go to the arena and like two guys fighting down there.
Well, I wouldn't say that extreme, but
What would you
something
say
similar. Yeah, I wouldn't say
it's if you got a lion chasing you around.
Lions are
or
different.
zebra.
Or a zebra, right?
Never
Have
know.
you been to the Coliseum? You're Italian.
So I've been twice. Not
You're
in.
that has nothing to do with you being, but your family's all from.
No,
Italy.
I get it. You're good, Jeff.
Right.
I've been twice. Have not been in the Coliseum. First time I went, there was a bikers rally where we were not allowed to go in the Coliseum. Unfortunate. Second time, there was something that we were not allowed to be going.
But you went past it and all
Yeah.
that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bikers rally.
Yeah, trust me, I have no clue why.
How old were you?
2012. I was 8th grader, so roughly 13 years old.
13 years old.
Yeah.
All right. Should have caused a commotion there. All right. Well, coming back, you've got a nice little top. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's a replica. Oh, not a replica, but it's like a twin of the Coliseum. It's in Croatia.
It's called LP Field now. Thank you.
It's in Croatia. It's a fully built, specced out Coliseum. Exactly the same.
Really?
In Rome. Yep.
Didn't they have sharks at the bottom of the Coliseum? I was reading they had like a little tank down there.
I don't know.
It's like Madison Square Garden. It's like 3 different levels of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, you should know this. You're Italian.
Well, I don't know.
I'm half Italian, so it doesn't. I don't qualify.
So you half know this.
See, exactly.
Okay.
But when you say things like that, you kind of say with like a high pitch, like I think it was something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's 2 to 6 here on this stage.
I'm not the sure. All right, what do you got? You got a list for me, right? And you know I love lists. What's coming up
Yes.
next?
The rankings of the #1 college football recruits of the 21st century.
Ooh, I like this.
So I know you'll love number 25. Oh, you'll get a kick out of it.
Did I make the list again?
No, you
Ah,
didn't.
damn it.
But
All right, we got that. All right, well, Dr. Crane's got his list. We love lists. Don't forget at 10 o'clock, MMA UFC fighter Derek Lewis joins us. 10:15, we'll take the Brian Callahan press conference as the Titans are back on the field today at 10:45. We have celebrity birthdays with you right there. Fun show. Chase McCabe off. Dr. Crane sitting in, the speaker behind the glass. This is the Chase McCabe and Big Joe show brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel right here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game. This is a shout out to Ed the Zebra because he's having one heck of a party right now down in Murfreesboro. I mean, we saw it on the Channel 5 with Channel 5 in the studio, and they showed ring camera of the zebra, and we all got excited. Like, look at that, what's going on there?
Just frolicking down a neighborhood by
Yeah.
himself.
So we got the playlist for Ed the Zebra as he bounces around Murfreesboro, and we'll keep you up to date on things going on. Before we get to your list real quick, I said, why don't they tranquilize him? And you said, you're not sure if they can or not, right?
I don't think you can. I think because it's an exotic animal, not owned by a certain person. If it's owned by a certain owner, maybe that's on their wish list not to happen.
How do you slow it down if it goes crazy?
I don't know. Maybe just throw it a carrot or something.
Ask it nicely to stop.
Yeah, it's got some horsepower to it, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can slow it down.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
aren't zebras a form of a horse, right?
It's got, it looks like a horse. But it's a
Yeah.
zebra. That's what it looks like to me, man. So who knows? Anyway, we'll keep you updated on the zebra that's captivated everybody in Middle Tennessee. I mean, it's all over social media. It's the craziest thing I've seen in a while. Chase McCabe is off. He'll be back in tomorrow. So Dr. Crane inside here, and then the speaker running the show behind the glass. All right, I love lists. And what do you have?
We have the list for the top number 1 overall recruits of the 21st century
Love this.
from the Athletic.
From the Athletic.
Are you ready for number 25, Joe?
So is number 25 in the NFL? Did he make it to the NFL?
I think he used to be in the NFL.
Did he? I mean,
He
that's
did.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he played.
Did he go to an SEC school?
He did.
Vanderbilt or Tennessee?
No,
Neither one of them.
neither.
Derrick Henry.
No.
All right,
no,
go
no.
ahead.
This list, Joe, it will have you going into circles.
I love it.
Number 25, wide receiver. Titans drafted him. Dorial Green Beckham
Wow.
at number 25.
So,
Class of 2012 out of Oklahoma and Missouri.
so this is the highest rated recruits coming out of high school.
correct.
Okay.
Correct. Not from what they really did in college. Primarily their number 1 overall recruit.
Now, didn't he go to what do you said, Oklahoma?
He I think went to Oklahoma at first and then transferred to Missouri
Okay,
to
all right.
finish out. Because I remember the Titans drafted him as a Missouri guy instead of a Oklahoma
That's right.
guy. Yeah.
What a disaster that guy was. All right.
24, Trenton Thompson, defensive tackle out of Georgia, class of 2015.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. How
All right.
about that? All right.
How about that?
Next one, I don't know about this.
Okay.
But understandable. Arch Manning, quarterback out of Texas.
No. I mean, is it the hype?
I don't know. It says here it's a tricky pick. I mean, I don't buy in on it. We haven't seen anything on the field for him. I mean, I get it. He was a top recruit,
But we're not talking college career, right? We're just talking coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he should be like top 5. It's Arch Manning, right?
Right.
Okay.
Because the name. Next we have is Ronald Powell, defensive end for Florida.
Nope.
No, doesn't
Nope.
ring a bell.
Nope.
I believe he was on the Swamp thing on Netflix with
Okay.
whatchamacallit?
Swamp Kings.
Yeah, Swamp Kings. Thank you.
All right.
Memories there. Jalen Phillips, defensive end.
What number?
Now plays for the Dolphins. I think he's like number 15, I believe.
No, what number
Oh,
on the list?
21. Man, my brain. Goodness gracious. Number 21.
an idiot.
I really am.
All
It
right.
really feels like it. Next on the list, we have Joe McKnight, running back, USC.
Okay, he was okay. All right.
2007.
I think it's what's fascinating is like, how did their number one top recruits, how did they do in college and did they make an impact into the NFL? Because a lot of these guys don't.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. Because
Okay.
the next one on the list is Brian Breese, the defensive tackle out of Clemson. Remember him?
Yeah,
He was like a linebacker, defensive tackle.
he was okay. All right.
Yeah, but like, how is he over Arch Manning? Like, if they're solely basing this off of number 1 overall recruit coming out of high school to college, like I don't know.
Maybe it's for you to figure it out.
I guess. Next one kind of hurts a
What
little
number?
bit. 18.
All right.
Thank you, Joe. I got to start naming the numbers here. Robert Kimdichie, the defensive end for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That dude was an absolute menace. I remember Mississippi State offered so much for the guy just to go to Mississippi State. He was like, nope, going to Ole Miss.
He was good.
He was very good. He had a brother too, I believe. Correct?
He did that didn't live up to half of what that guy did.
Right.
All right.
Right. At number 17, still playing in the NFL, Nolan Smith, defensive end out of Georgia, class of 17. Really good ball player.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Really good ball
I'll take
player.
that.
16, Rashawn Gary, defensive tackle out of Michigan. No.
Ring a bell.
All right. Well, continuing there. Number 15, Matt Barkley out of USC.
Was
quarterback.
great.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school, was the highest rated quarterback in a long time. He's former Titan too. Spent some time here for the Titans.
Small amount of time.
He did.
14, it's not 13, jumping on here. Eugene Monroe, offensive tackle out of Virginia.
Yeah, he was good. Really good.
05,
Yep.
ACC. Let's see, 13, Daquan Bowers, defensive end out of Clemson, class of 08.
No, I mean, I'm sure, but it doesn't ring a bell.
Running back for number 12, Kevin Jones out of Virginia Tech.
Good running
class
back.
of 01.
Yep.
I will say, Joe, about the running backs in the early 2000s, what sets them apart from today's running backs? I feel like in the early 2000s, everything was so running back heavy.
Because it's all RPOs now. There are no RPOs in the spread. It was like, teams would line up with a fullback and a tailback and run right down your throat. Now it doesn't happen that way anymore. Everything's RPA in the spread.
So is that another knock on Mike Leach because of the air raid?
No, not at all. They asked Nick Saban, they asked Nick Saban, said, what would you go back and tell Nick Saban at Michigan State in 1994, and he saw 95 or whenever he took over 96. He said, I would tell that Nick Saban to run the spread. It's become the spread. I mean, there's no more hard pounding running backs like that. There's a few, but not many.
Yeah, it's a small collective.
Yep.
Number 11, we have DJ Williams, linebacker to Miami.
Fantastic.
It
would just knock your head off. Yep.
And then number 10, we have another linebacker, Ernie Sims out of Florida State, class of 03.
Excellent linebacker.
What about those guys, I guess, makes it definitive that they should be on this list?
They're good. I mean, this is a list coming out of high school.
Right.
Then you ask what they've done in college and pros. They're just good. They're just really good athletes.
Do you think the size, obviously size plays a factor in all this, but
I think Ernie Sims was like 5'11". Like he was a smaller guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't recall.
That's why linebacker, they're like linebacker 6'3", 6'4". No, I mean, Zach Thomas, Sam Mills, you got linebackers who are 5'9", 5'10". Yeah. As long as you can pursue and knock somebody's block off, it's great.
Yeah, your pursuit angles are key when you're shorter,
right?
But from experience. Cracking the top 10 here. Number 9, Quinn Ewers, quarterback, Ohio State and Texas.
It's good.
Obviously known.
But remember when he came out of high school?
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, we got to have him. And Ohio State didn't work out for him. And so now he's with the Dolphins. Good for him. That's a good, where he came out, that's fine.
Yeah. And I think we'll start to get more and more to who we know now. Currently still in college, Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver. Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
I think this dude's going to be a stud at the next level. He was already a stud as a senior coming out of high school.
Right.
But this is one of those guys where you're thinking, yeah, that's your franchise wide receiver going forward. Reminds me a little bit of Malik Neighbors currently.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good comp. 7, we have Andre Smith, offensive guard from Alabama, 06.
Where did he go? I think he was a bust in the pros.
The Bengals.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Am I right on this or no?
Number 6 overall pick to the Bengals.
Okay.
So
I don't know why, because most Alabama linemen in the NFL are terrible.
Yeah.
Chance Warmack, is it DJ Fluker?
Mm-hmm.
Was awful. There's a few others that are just Alabama offensive linemen. The pros were terrible.
There was a center, and I think it was on the Greg McElroy team. They won the BCS.
Barrett Robbins.
Yes, that's drafted him.
The Rams drafted him.
Rams. He
was Outland Trophy winner. Soft, surrounded by amazing players, just soft. But yeah, and that's why with J.C. Latham, when they drafted J.C. Latham, like, look, he's big, he's talented, but we've seen this movie before.
Right.
Is he going to be good? And I hope he's good. I really hope he's good. But, man, the bad far outweighs the good for these Alabama linemen.
That's what I just don't understand when it comes to, their style of play transforming into the NFL. You're running a pro-style offense under Nick Saban at the time.
Listen, you're blocking for Derrick Henry. So even if you hold a guy for half a second, you got Derrick Henry running behind you. And to the left of you got an All-American. To the right, you got All-American tight end or something. So you're elevated in your game. Your mistakes can be downsized when you've got guys around you like that. Like, well, he played at Alabama. And so he must be good. But these linemen, man, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Number 6, this is a little bit of a controversial one for some people. Jadeveon Clowney out of South Carolina, defensive end.
Remember, this is a list coming out of high school.
Yes.
And I thought Clowney was lazy in college. I watched Vanderbilt in 2012 push him up and down the field. When he got motivated, he took over.
Right.
When he wanted to get paid, he took over. As a player, I thought he was very average. Very average. We saw it here. You saw it in the league. I think he's still hanging around somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not a Clowney fan, man.
I don't know. Obviously, you playing high school football myself, you played at a higher level than I did. But, when you have certain athletes that you play high school football with that have the stature, the size to go to the next level, and then all this hype is brought up under them. That's kind of what Jadeveon Clowney reminds me.
Sure.
It's like guys that you go to high school with that do have all the really good camp numbers. You go to all these Nike camps and stuff, but yet not really great in production.
I don't care what you can run or how much you can press. Can you show me the game film?
Yeah.
I mean, I play with the guys who bench 500 pounds. I whipped their ass every time in practice because they couldn't move. It's across the board.
Mhm.
Can you move? Can you bring it to practice every day? A lot of these guys don't.
Yeah.
All right, what number now?
Number 5, just top 5 here. Leonard Fournette, running back, LSU.
Great.
Stud.
High school, great. Went to LSU, great. Went to the Jags, terrible. Got picked up by the Bucks, still lazy. Won a Super Bowl. Guy should still be playing in the league. Just lazy.
Yeah, it happens. As for number 4, Adrian Peterson, running back with the Vikings. Small stint with the Titans, but really
he came out in 04.
Yeah.
So he played 04, 05, 06. So he went to the Vikings. They played the Titans here in 07 or 08. I didn't realize how massively big this dude was, like 6'3", 235. I mean, it's Hall of Famer. I mean, the guy was massively big, and that's probably right where it should be. If not, he should be closer to the top. Was he number 5?
He was number 4.
Number 4. All right.
At number 3, quarterback out of Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
Again, remember high school, he was good.
Yep.
I know he wanted to go to Knoxville, and I think old Butch said, nah, your system won't work here. And I think, did Pruitt come and didn't recruit him either? Because Butch left in 17, and he wanted to go to Knoxville and wear Peyton's jersey or that number.
Yeah, I do remember that. I don't recall the coaching.
And was said, nope, we didn't want him. I know coaches on the staff are like, what are we doing here? And so he went to Clemson, and then so that's not bad. I mean, he was good in high school.
Yeah, I mean, he won a national championship at Clemson?
He did, 2018.
Yep. Next on the list, this is very recent.
What number is this?
Number 2.
All right.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah. I mean, that's why when he went to Jackson State, like, what's going on here? Why is he going to Jackson State?
Before I list off number 1, do you think Travis Hunter has a true case for number 1 on this list or no?
Yeah. I mean, he was extremely hyped up, and look what he's doing, the Heisman Trophy. I mean, that's one who lived up to the billing. Now, what he does in NFL, we don't know, but Travis Hunter, what he did at Colorado was amazing. High school, he was an unbelievable athlete, and by all accounts, this has nothing to do with playing field. I hear he's a good dude. That's what watching those reels and talking to people who talk to him in pre-draft meetings on that. It's like he's a humble, down to earth dude. So all right. So before you tell me number 1, is this somebody that played in the NFL?
Yes.
Still playing?
No.
All right. He was. Is it 0 to 09, 10 to 19, or
0 to 09?
Number 1 recruit, quarterback.
Correct.
Oh, this is good. SEC.
Currently SEC.
It's not Vince Young. Is it Vince Young?
It's Vince Young.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay.
So after hearing Vince Young, do you think it should be a flip-flop at 1 and 2?
Gosh, that's a great question. I don't know, Vince. Then again, this is based off of high school hype going into college. He was good. Grew up in Houston, led a team to the state championship. I think he did it at the Astrodome, and we're talking to him about that. Who else?
You want the description for why he's number 1 on this list?
Okay.
Young is the first prospect to receive a perfect 1,000 recruiting rating, and or I guess 1,000% recruiting rating, and he certainly lived up to the billing. The former Texas quarterback finished his career with 6,040 passing yards and 3,100 rushing yards. He'll forever be remembered for leading the Longhorns to the epic victory in 05 national championship, as he went to go on to throw for 267 yards.
All right. If they're saying that's with him, then he gets it. I'm good with that.
Okay. So that's top 25.
That is top 25. I love lists.
Yeah.
I love Lamp.
Oh.
Yeah. Love all that. That's good there. All right. Thank you. Who is your all-time, don't answer, favorite college player? All-time favorite. I got 2. And when I bring these 2 up, people are like, huh? Because everybody goes with the hype, right? But these 2 guys, to me, when I was growing up watching football, and I still revere these guys today, these 2 linebackers that played in the SEC. And I want to tell you who they are. So we'll take that. Dr. Crane with his amazing list. I like Dr. Crane's amazing list.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome, buddy, like that. All right, we'll take a break, come back on the other side. Don't forget, at 10 o'clock, UFC legend Derek Lewis will join us. Big MMA UFC fight coming to Nashville in July. He'll join us at 10:15. Brian Callahan. Chase McCabe is off today, but this is the Chase McCabe and Big Joe Show, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel, right here, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Yes. Welcome back to the Chasing Big Joe show here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Ed the Zebra still out in the boot down in Murfreesboro, making it happen. Hey, coming up at 10 o'clock, UFC fighter Derek Lewis joins us. All right, Dr. Crane, we're talking the college football list of the recruits, the best recruits of the 21st century. A lot of back and forth. The lists are great because you still argue about who's this and who's that, and it goes on, and who belongs, who doesn't belong. So it's kind of funny. All right, favorite college player of all time?
Johnny Manziel.
Oh, yeah, good one.
Can't not have him as the number one overall.
Right.
I think I muted myself.
Why would you do that?
I think he is one of the best quarterbacks of college football in history. Like the fact that he was able to just improvise and improvising in the way that he did in the SEC, beating Nick Saban,
right,
I think speaks volumes.
1978 says, I love lists translates to off-season radio in Sanskrit. You are exactly right there, my man. We love lists in June and July. Mine is, I grew up at a different time. Dale Jones, linebacker at Tennessee, Dr. Green, just follow me on this.
Sure.
Was an undersized linebacker out of Chattanooga who got a chance to go to Tennessee and play and was an amazing linebacker. Intercepted Mike Shula in 1985 at Legion Field. Tennessee won that game. Van Tiffen misses a field goal for Alabama, like a 65-yarder. Tony Robinson blows his knee out. Anyway, Dale Jones was just a guy that should have been in the SEC and just destroyed people. And my 1 and 1A is Chris Gaines, played at Vanderbilt, linebacker. He had 38 tackles in one game one time at middle linebacker. I know supposed to get all the tackles, but he was 5'11", 220. They said 6 feet. Probably not. But I mean, had he gone anywhere else, he made All-American linebacker at Vanderbilt. But I mean, I'm telling you, he just knocked people's heads off. And it was so great watching him because these Vanderbilt teams in the mid-'80s were awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful. And he was just amazing to watch. It was a lot of fun. So give me Dale Jones and I'll take Chris Gaines because that's what I grew up watching, those guys. And, you see Vince Young had the greatest Rose Bowl game ever. I mean, so, you had Manziel. So it's different generations that grew up like that.
Yeah.
That see guys and what they do. So there's never a right answer and there's never a wrong answer.
That's right. If I had to go for a number 2, I'd probably say Reggie Bush.
It's good.
Just the way he ran the ball. It just
couldn't stop him.
No. It's one small hole, he's gone.
Yeah, he was.
So
did he make the Saints Super Bowl team? And yeah, I think he did in 09. Yeah, had a nice little career. And now he's gotten kind of back in the public eye for all that happened. They took it away from him and then brought it back and all, the trophy and the accolades. And we talked last week. He's on the cover of 25 or 26 of y'all's little video game y'all play all the time.
Reggie
Yeah,
Bush?
he is.
Is that like the Legends edition?
It's the deluxe.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a Letterman's jacket on, right? Yep. Yeah.
It's because they just reinstated him for Heisman.
Yeah. Pay any homage to the 05 one? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was on 05's cover. Reggie Bush was.
I know we get to the breaker and say somebody put out the memes of all the teams with Madden guys. Have you seen that?
Oh.
Like with different, like Will Levis was on the Madden 26.
Yeah. With his back-breaking interception face. Yeah, it's great.
And the picture of him on the sidelines in the Miami game when his shoulder or whatever was going on, they had the face. I mean, those things were hilarious yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. That was pretty funny.
All right, Dr. Crane, who's coming up next?
Derek Lewis, MMA fighter to the UFC, hopping on the Chasing Big Joe show at the top of the hour. Next, 102.5, 106.3, The Game.
All right, welcome back into the second hour of the Chase and Big Joe show right here, 102.5, 106 for the game. Chase McCabe off. We'll be back in tomorrow. Dr. Crane has come out of the glass. He's sitting in the studio. The speaker, Connor Newt, running the show behind the board today. We're expecting Derek Lewis to call us any minute now. Brian Callahan, press conference at 10:15, has your Tennessee Titans are back on the practice field, of course, at 10:45. Celebrity birthdays. Oh, we got to get this out of the way because somebody keeps texting in. Murray State. Now, I know they can hear us up in Murray, Kentucky. Congratulations to Murray State for knocking off Ole Miss and headed to the Super Regional. The SEC sucks in baseball right now in postseason play, and Murray State took advantage of that and beat Ole Miss.
Yeah, I watched the back end of that game, and Murray State, they were basically painting the corners from the pitcher's mound. I mean, everything that Ole Miss thought was a ball was not a ball. It was a strike. It was beautiful to watch. I mean, again, I'm not, aiming for the downfall of the SEC, but if it's Ole Miss, as a Mississippi State fan, I love every bit of it.
Well, why not? I mean, everybody's like SEC, and then you get to the postseason, Vandy, Texas, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Georgia, all bounced out of there, and people are loving it. They're absolutely loving it.
And I think, too, this College World Series coming up with all the super regionals, I think it's just going to open the door for a lot of these smaller schools like a Murray State to really showcase what they really have.
Yeah, look, it's an opportunity.
And it's great. The fact that Murray State, and honestly, I thought Little Rock, Arkansas was going to do it last night against LSU.
Right.
They were up 5-1 the whole game. I think like the 5th or 6th inning, it all imploded. It was just like, oh, boy.
Oh, well. And then so they move on. The Vols win last night by knocking off Wake Forest. So head into Fayetteville, Arkansas. A lot of drama there, okay, because that's where Vitello came from, Arkansas. He was assistant coach there. That's a good Arkansas baseball team. But these Vols, man, I thought that when they're down the Wake 2-0, I was like, the firepower's not there. Then they just exploded and took off.
Yeah, and it's just something Vandy didn't have this year was the bats. And as for Tennessee, they have that. And they don't have to really kind of find their groove. Tennessee's already finding their groove in the first 2-3 innings. Like, I get it. The first 2 innings against Wake Forest, not great. But after inning number 2, 3 up to 9, it was bats left and right galore.
If you're a baseball pitcher and the Vols drive you crazy because of their theatrics, which I love because you have an opinion and I like it, and that's fine.
Right.
College baseball, I couldn't care less. I love the celebrations. If Connor Newt hit a home run off of you, right? And he celebrated and he got he came up again in the 4th inning. Would you hit him with a pitch? Yes or no?
No malice towards you, Connor, but this is just baseball etiquette. Early 90s, late 90s, you beam the guy.
Yeah. Early 90s.
Hit me. I'm charging the mound. Hit me.
This has been through the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Well, like the reason why I say early 90s, 2000s is because Pedro Martinez with the Yankees and the Red Sox, like all that feud. Like that's what I remember growing up on, especially Cardinals and Cubs. Like there was a lot of feuds that they would throw at each other if that was the case.
Well, Chaser brought up there one day about Greg Maddux about when he was with the Cubs. Came up, and then the protocol was to hit the next batter. I forget what the situation was. And then if Maddux hit him, he'd be ejected and going back to the minor leagues, and Maddux hit the guy.
Now, here's the thing, though.
I love it.
When you go after somebody because he hit a home run the inning before, you don't want to make it noticeable. So, like, throw him a slider low and away, and then maybe throw him, I don't know, a fastball high at eye level. Not near him, but high eye level. You show you don't really have the control. Your arm's a little loosey-goosey. Then you just get a four-seam.
So you fake it.
You get a four-seam fastball, you grip it, and you just –
I'm hitting you first pitch.
No, because then you get thrown out.
That's fine.
No, if I'm a really good pitcher, I methodically do this. I do 2-3 pitches, ball low and away, a ball up high near the eyeballs, and then the next one lights out.
But in the baseball, like the 60s, and they beam guys. They couldn't care less.
But
man.
now there's a not a politic aspect to it, but the umpires are very, very quick to make their decision.
Well, sure.
Oh, no, you're gone.
Yeah.
No, I want to stay in the game, but I want to make a message saying, hey, you hit a home run off me, guess what?
Nolan Ryan was really, really good at that, if you ever watch him.
Yeah.
As far as what?
As far as not beaming the guy and taking more of a methodical game approach. Right. I'm gonna embarrass you, but not hurt you.
Popped Robin Ventura, then beat the snot out of him when the young whippersnapper came running at the old man.
But
I mean,
that's the approach. It's 2 to 3 pitches, beam them, and then after that, striking out the side.
so what if Newt hits a home run? He keeps his head down, runs around the bases, goes in dugout. There's no celebration.
That's fine.
You gonna hit him again?
No, I would not hit him.
So what?
I'll hit you.
What?
Well, he didn't celebrate in my face. That's fine. I'm just gonna let.
So
it
he's
play
got
off.
to be so that.
Yeah, there's something that has to really instigate the issue.
Did you get mad at the Vols player when the Wake Forest coach called him out? Had some unchoice words on TV.
I didn't see this until this morning. So like,
Okay, that's fine. But you saw
Yeah.
the replay. Would
Yeah.
that make you mad?
a little bit. Yeah, it would.
But knowing what the coach is yelling at that guy, you're okay. You know, I'm surprised that Tennessee.
Didn't do anything about it.
I mean, the dude sent a rocket shot
Yeah.
into right field.
Like if that were the opposing coach and I was playing, I would definitely have an issue with it. If I saw it in real time,
Yeah,
I would then probably say, hey, to the pitcher, hey, that number 4 on their lineup,
right.
just take him to the cleaners.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Just take it to the cleaners.
I got no problem with it,
Yeah.
man. If you hit me, then
Some
you know.
people may think it's a nasty thing in baseball. I love it. It's a part of the game. I think you have to do stuff like that.
Bob
It just-
Gibson hit people. He's
Yeah.
your beloved St. Louis
He's a-
Cardinal pitcher.
Exactly.
Sonny Gray does too.
Yeah.
By the way, we need a Colorado Rocky update.
Oh, they won yesterday.
They did.
Miami Marlins,
Yeah.
6-4.
What's the record now?
10-50
10-50.
through 60 games. They're 10-50.
We love our Nashville Sounds.
Yep.
But we're going to, because this show has become the official Colorado Rocky show because they're so. Now, what are the White Sox? They're equally as awful.
They're 18-42. The White Sox are pretty bad. I think it was the 2020 season or 2022 season. They won 11 games, I think, or
It was
up
it
to
was
this
more than
point?
that.
it was a little more than that.
It was like 17.
17.
Okay.
So yeah, they're already over their win total.
So the Rockies are 10-50.
Yeah, they're the worst team in baseball.
Can't they just bring up guys, or do they do that from single A and double A?
They did actually. A Tennessee guy, Chase Dolander, the pitcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they brought him up. He's actually been pretty decent, but I mean, they're still losing baseball games.
Can I ask you this? Why are the Rockies so bad?
I mean, they offload all their key players like Charlie Blackmon, who was their veteran outfielder, retired, obviously.
Okay.
But you look at a guy like Nolan Arenado gets bought out by the Cardinals.
Trevor Story.
Yeah, Trevor Story to the Red Sox. Like you have a bunch of guys that were really good core pieces, and you move on from them because front office sees the dollar signs.
So why have a team?
I don't know. That's how a lot of these teams have really made their money. Like, for example, look at, I'm going to call them the Sacramento A's, even though they're the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
They were bad for so long, and they offloaded a lot of their key pieces, and they've ended up saying, you know what, we're building through the draft, and we're sticking to it. And they have. They've got Lawrence Butler, Jacob Wilson, Tyler Sodenstrom. Like, these are all key
Look
pieces.
at you. You should be on
today.
baseball tonight.
I mean, it's one of my favorite sports, Joe. I can't help it.
But the A's were competitive, though, for some of those years. They made the playoffs.
Yeah, they were competitive. That was the early 2000s, though.
Is that the Moneyball era?
Yeah, the Moneyball era. Like
Okay.
that, they were competitive because they were all over the sabermetrics of things. Now they've actually have a young core to build through, and they can use that.
Okay.
I mean, every baseball team uses sabermetrics, but like they now have a young core to do all that. They don't have weak legs. Like they had Ramon Laureano, who used to play for him. I believe he didn't play for him anymore, but moved on. They moved on from all these guys.
You are like Charlie Babbitt in the room for
Well,
doing that. You know who Charlie Babbitt is?
Familiar name, but no.
For the movie Rain Man, he could recall everything and stats, and I'm fascinated by this.
Well, thank you.
How's your boy Paul Skeens doing with the Pirates?
Paul Skeens, let's just put this out there. Dude is an absolute unit. The fact that he's on a Pirates team that is awful, that they have a hard time scoring 5 to 6 runs a game,
Right.
and yet he's still up for, I think he's the favorite for the Cy Young, and he has a 4-5 record, a losing record with a 2.39 ERA. Or no, excuse me, 2.15 ERA.
Okay.
And right behind him is Yamamoto at 2.39 for the Dodgers. He got shelled this past Sunday against the Yankees.
Good. I hate the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
payroll doesn't matter.
I'm supposed to see the Dodgers play the Cardinals Saturday. I was hoping to see Mookie Betts get a little reunion for my brother and dad. That'd be
What's
kinda
is he not playing?
cool. I think he has like a toe injury. Yeah.
Is Sonny Gray pitching that game?
He should be. It might be
Maybe.
either Sunday or Friday. It depends on how the Cardinals do the rotation. If they're going to go ace first and then the back end of their lineup, or if it goes back into their pitching staff to their ace on Sunday.
Now, did your brother play with Mookie growing up?
He did. Yep. Over at Una, down the street from here.
Nice.
Yeah. So they played all throughout basically grade school, high school, just tournament ball. But yeah, I knew his dad, Mr. Willie, very nice guy.
Yeah, and then Mookie was going to Tennessee.
Yes.
Is that right?
There was that whole thing of, I think he was going to go to Vandy in Tennessee. There was that whole controversy of wanting to, I think was not able to play double sports or wanted a starting spot on Tennessee's roster or something like that.
I think he got drafted by the Red Sox in like the 5th round, right? And they offered him a ton of money. He's like, see ya.
And good for him because it turned out well for him. I remember as a kid going to my brother's games, seeing a bunch of MLB scouts out in the outfield or behind home plate. I was at a game, it was my brother at Overton, and there was a Baltimore Orioles like little satchel this guy was wearing. I was like, oh my goodness, this guy is a scout.
Pretty good.
I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty crazy. The fact that you see a professional scout like that as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, you're like, holy cow.
Oh, heck yeah. There's also this rumor, I wasn't there, but I've told that they went out, a bunch of college scouts went out and looked at Sonny Gray as a sophomore. And like all these schools were like Trevecca, Lipscomb, Austin P, MTSU, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. I mean, so many schools were there, like 20-something scouts. And his first pitch was like a heater. And evidently 2 scouts stood up and packed their bag. And somebody said, what are you doing? And they're like, Sonny Gray ain't coming to our school. And they left.
Wow.
It's like, we know this guy's next level. Went to Vanderbilt and then got with Corbin and then was there from 09, 10, 11, and drafted the first round by the A's in 2011 after he led Vandy to the College World Series that year.
Ended up going to the Twins later on in his career and now the Cardinals.
He went from the A's to the Yankees to the Reds to the Twins to the Cardinals.
Yep.
So Mookie and Sonny Gray, we talk about this, were guys who grew up here that you knew. Number one on that list, guys that grew up here, you knew would go to the pros, Golden Tate.
Oh, 100%. When he played out at John Paul, he was a stud. Like, you didn't have to say who's that number out there. That was Golden Tate, returning a punt return, kick return, getting the ball out of the slot, whatever, and he was to the races.
Didn't he score like 3 touchdowns in like 45 seconds, something crazy?
Yeah.
He ran a punt back, then they fumbled the kickoff, and he
got it.
The next play was a touchdown pass, and then they had to punt, and he ran the punt back. Something bizarre.
Don't quote me on this, Joe, but I believe it was against Father Ryan at John
I think
Paul.
it was.
Yeah, because I believe I was at that game.
For the OB Ships Cup.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. Evidently, Derek Lewis is busy, and we move on. We'll connect with Brian Callahan. The Titans should be having a press conference starting soon. We'll take that in progress when we come back. This is the Chasing Big Joe Show, sponsored by the Omni National Hotel, 1025, 1063 The Game. All right, welcome back here to the Chase and Big Joe show here on 102.5, 106 through the game. Brian Callahan is speaking right now over at Titans Central. Here's Brian Callahan.
The guys and figuring out where you're going to slide them in, X, Z slot. So
we have a pretty good feel for where we think they naturally fit. And then we're putting guys in positions to see what they can handle as far as volume goes, as far as position movement goes, how much can guys move. This is a bit of a learning period for us, especially about our a lot of new players, a lot of young players at the position. So we're just trying to find out where they best fit. We have some pretty good ideas of what we think they're capable of doing, but we're sort of pushing them and testing them on those limits and where we can use them and how we can use them. But so far, been happy with that group and where they progressed to. There's some good, fun, young, talented players that kind of learn it every day. And then we're trying to integrate the veteran guys that this might be just a bit different for them than normal, than what they're used to. So they're all learning, but it's been a good process.
So much cross training. Okay. There's so much cross training that you have. Having the guys know multiple. Do you feel like the league are kind of going away from having a dedicated slot guy?
There's definitely a route tree inside that takes a particular skill set to do. There's teams I think you're finding more and more have more of slot receivers because formations are condensed, and so a lot of things are inside the numbers, and it's you're kind of working with like 2 or 3 different versions of slot players. I think the Rams are a good example of that style of offense. But there's a lot of different ways you can use players, and there's a lot of different body types that you can use inside. But there is a certain skill set you have to have. There's a recognition you have to have and a feel, because everything inside is different than it is just going one-on-one with a corner or just being able to see a corner and a safety. That part is a lot more.
And it takes a certain aspect, I guess, to produce game-changing plays on special teams.
Mm-hmm.
When you look for returners, what kind of skills are you wanting to see? That a guy can do more than just catch the ball and get it back to the offense.
Yeah, that's the first thing. And an underrated aspect of it is you got to be able to secure the catch, both in the punt and the kickoff game. But then what can they do with the ball in their hands? What ability do they have to make yardage, to make people miss? There's an element of fearlessness that comes with particularly the punt return spot that you got to be able to just put your foot down and get vertical and run as fast as you can with the coverage teams bearing down on you. There's a mental makeup of those positions that you're looking for. And then just obviously speed is the other one, is that when they get a crease, can they get into it, and can they make a 10-yard return turn into a 40-yard return with just their pure ability? So that's all a part of the process of trying to evaluate it.
Is it to find a guy who's special in that regard? It's been a long time since this team's had somebody like that.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of really good returners. I think special is hard to find. There's good returners out there, but the ones that, the guys that can really break a game open, there's not a lot of those, I think, in short order. I mean, there's only a couple maybe. But you're trying to find guys that can be at least even effective and try to get more than, what's being blocked. Is you're looking for a little bit of creation and ability with the ball in their hand outside of the structure. Or once everything has been blocked up, what are we doing after it? Are we getting just what's blocked, or are we be able to make a play and make somebody miss, which inevitably is always what you have to do to create explosives. So, got some guys that have done it. Got some guys that we're trying, and we'll see where we end up.
Is the trailer a little bit big or heavy?
Right now, I think anybody coming off of significant surgery and rehab is always going to be probably off their full playing weight, just because of the nature of not being able to do the types of things over a long period of time when you're rehabbing. So he's in his rehab process. The conditioning part is sort of coming along with it. I don't see any ill effects, but again, Trey's also he's just a bigger body as it is. So I'm pretty pleased with where he's at, and we'll see as he gets back to more consistent running and ability to get in shape. And he reported to camp last year in pretty dang good shape. So I'm expecting the same.
How would you quantify the growth from year 1 into year 2 for Andre Sweat?
I think it's the details of the position. He's a supremely talented person. There's not a lot of people on the planet that can do what he does at his size. And it's more about the consistency of performance. Would like to see more from the pass rush game. He's got ability to rush for a man his size, and that's point of emphasis for him, is affecting the quarterback more. He's a tremendous run defender. That was a strength of his already from last year, and part of it's going to be just improving the detail and then improving the ability to help affect the quarterback. So I think those are the things we're looking for progression wise from him. And he has the ability to be a full 3-down player. He's not necessarily your explosive interior pass rushers that are out there, but he's got great ability to push the pocket too. So looking for more of that from him. And I think he had a solid start to his career. And I think there's a whole lot more meat on that bone for him.
Encouraging things you've seen from Cam, maybe from the first OTA to what is this, number 5 today?
Yeah, it's just the recognition part, understanding what's being thrown at him from a defensive perspective. The protection game is always really important. So you're getting reps at that. Today's a big 3rd down day, so he'll see lots of different pressures, understanding where your answers are. Those things have progressed. Happy with that process so far. And then he's seeing different types of space and field defense that throws that maybe he might have made in college that don't show up in the NFL the same way. And he's learning from those. I think it's been great. He's had a lot of learning that has occurred from just the act of doing and things that he's maybe used to doing that are different at this level. And that's always for young quarterbacks the case. It's always going to feel different. So pleased with where he's at. He's picking it up pretty quickly as far as the mental part goes. And we're learning every day he's out here.
Him that's so singularly in the morning and you're having to kick him out of the building. How do you manage that? And are you ever worried about a guy pacing himself?
Yeah, I've had that conversation. There's everybody always starts out of the gate pretty hot, but you start to get in the actual routine and you understand how long of a season it is and the marathon that it is for young players from the time they finish their college season to the time they finish an NFL season. I've made that point. Just again, I'm not telling him what to do. I'm just making the point that there's a lot ahead of him that he's not aware of yet when it comes to the length and the week to week grind that comes up for these guys. And it is a marathon. I mean, this is a long run for these young players, and all of them have to have the same sort of mindset that you're trying to get better every day and trying to put the work in that's required. But there's also that element of this is going to go all the way into January every day for the next however many months. And there is a bit of pace that's probably required. So they learn, they figure it out, but you try to help them and give them advice and point it out when you can. But I have no problem with guys trying to get the work in.
He wasn't really ending up with checkdowns the day we saw him. Does that say anything about him that he's able to find stuff, or is there going to come a point where you want him to be quote unquote settling?
Yeah, there's a balance for sure. One of the things that's good about these.
All right, that's Titans coach Brian Callahan talk about Cam Ward and a few other things. Derek Lewis is called in, the UFC, the MMA, the man. He's here next. We'll talk to Derek Lewis right here, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. All right, welcome back into the Chase and Big Joe show here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Our next guest, I'm telling you, we've had a lot of great guests on this show, but we tweeted out yesterday that Derek Lewis was coming on. The response from you guys has been something else, amazing. And we're pleased to be joined now by Derek Lewis, who's on the line with us today. UFC's coming to town on July 12th. Derek, how are you, sir? And thank you for doing this.
I'm doing good, man. I mean, I'm like, damn, that was a long ass commercial break.
We said the same thing. Yeah. Man, how are you? And we are so looking forward to seeing you here in about 6 weeks. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, that's what I was just finished doing 6 miles right now. Just got done running.
How long does it take Derek Lewis to run 6 miles?
Say about 4 hours.
But you get it done, right?
I'll walk and run. Yeah.
What is your training? Is it, do you every day? Do you ever take a day off?
Yeah, I take days off. I take Saturday off. That's about it.
Derek Lewis is with us here on the Chase and Big Joe show. Derek Lewis, it's going to be an incredible fight July 12th against Teixeira. Just curious, with his tall stature, can fans expect a flying knee?
They can expect spinning back kick. You know, I get my legs up there.
Okay, love that. Along with that, yesterday John Jones made his, official retirement from the UFC. With him being in the heavyweight division, it just seems like all that's up in the air because they were having that match to be set up between him and Tom Aspinall. Obviously, that's in the rearview mirror now. But what is it for you when you look at a guy's career like John Jones?
Oh, I didn't know he retired. I don't keep track of John or no other heavyweights in the division, so I just focus on myself. I don't care what everyone else is doing.
Oh, Derek, man, my co-host had like 15 questions off of that, but that's fine though.
Well,
Derek, no, I'm kidding.
I did. You're good, Derek. You're
I'm
good.
kidding. We're talking to Derek Lewis.
I just got to remember it's a PG radio show, so it's not, I can't say what I really want to say.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. Yes, we appreciate it.
I know you got that buzzer waiting.
We do got the buzzer waiting. Listen, what is it about, we know your background, your bio. When did you know this was your future? Was it a certain match? Was it a certain moment that you knew that UFC was going to be your life?
Oh, whenever I got locked up for it. And I just said, man, I ain't getting locked up for it no more. I'm just getting paid to do it. So that's what I started doing.
Are you fought all over. You're so beloved. Are you amazed, Derek, at all the people that just think highly of you, that follow you, that just think that you hung the moon?
No, I appreciate that, but I really don't think about stuff like that. I just be myself. That's all I'm doing.
Derek, you've mentioned on multiple, outlets that you want to fight more. This is your first match in a little bit over a year now. I guess, what is your benchmark for you going forward in your career? How many matches do you want to fight this year and then into next season?
It really don't matter. I signed a new contract last year, and the way they paying right now, I can fight until I'm 50. The way they finally paying the fighters now, so I'm happy with that.
Okay, perfect. Love to hear that. Do you know anything about Nashville for the most part? I know UFC's been to Nashville once in the last couple of years, but do you have any big plans minus the match afterwards?
I heard I got some good chicken wings out there, so that's the only reason why I'm coming. To check them chicken wings out.
Do you like hot chicken, Derek?
Of course, I'm black. You know I like hot chicken.
All right, Derek Lewis on the line with us. Derek, we ask guys this all the time, but when you're going to fight Teixeira, how do you scout him? Do you watch tape? Do you look at his past 3 or 4 fights? You look at his past 30 fights? How do you approach this?
I used to watch tape on my opponents, but I stopped doing it because once I get in there with them, they change the whole game up. Some guys like stand and bang. And as soon as I fight them, they turn into wrestling.
So you're ready for anything.
Yes. So I just start focusing on myself, getting my conditioning ready for these 5 rounds, man. I told them I don't want to do 5 rounds. They're still trying to put me in the main event 5 rounds. So I'm still giving fans what they want.
Have you gone? I mean, I'm sure you have. When's the last time you went 5 rounds?
Probably 2 years ago, and that was only because the guy was trying to make love to me, just holding me.
You won that fight, obviously, right?
No, I lost. So I don't swing that way, so I just let him have it.
Oh, okay. So with this fight here with Teixeira coming up on July 12th at Bridgestone Arena. By the way, tickets are on sale doing this. So when you do this, do you need to be more in shape? You keep your strength? How do you balance both of those, Derek?
What's that?
With your strength and being in conditioning, because sometimes you got to take more strength and the conditioning slides a little bit, or sometimes you better shape and the strength kind of slides just a tad bit.
I've always been strong, so I really don't focus on like strength workouts, nothing like that. I just work on conditioning because that's the main thing with heavyweights. You don't want to go in there and swinging, kicking or whatever, and getting tired the first minute of the fight. So that's the most important thing is conditioning.
You mentioned conditioning there, Derek. I mean, Teixeira is 8-0 with his UFC career. 7 of those coming from TKO, one of them by submission. You're known to be a fighter that likes to knock other fighters out as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 15 first round knockouts or 15 knockouts with 6 of them coming in the first round. Obviously, this is a 5-round fight. How are you able, I guess, in your mindset, going to pace yourself coming into a tall, statured fighter like Teixeira?
I feel like with my power and everything I got going on, I feel like if I touch anyone, I can end the fight whenever I feel like. So that's why I'm going into this fight with. So if I want to end the fight in 3rd round, or if I want to end the fight in first or the last few seconds of the 5th round, I believe I could do that.
Okay. Well, and also, Derek, to add on to this conversation, looking at the UFC in the heavyweight division, minus Teixeira, like who else would you look at as a threat in this division now with the whole John Jones saga coming to a close?
To be honest with you, I really don't even watch UFC like that, so I don't even know.
That's the perfect answer. Derek Lewis is on the phone with us. UFC coming to town July 12th at Bridgestone. Tickets are on sale. All right. So, Derek, nutrition wise, do you have a trainer who says, don't eat that, eat this, don't eat that? How does that all work?
I used to have a trainer like that, but I got rid of him because McDonald's had that McGriddle in town, and he said I couldn't get it, so I had to get rid of him. So I really just eat whatever I want.
How does it? I mean,
if
so
I eat too much, I just throw up.
I love this because you get all these people telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and you're like, I'm just going to do what I want to do, right?
Yes, I'm the one in there getting beaten and choked out and stuff like that. They're not.
Can you in a PG way tell us about the phone call with President Trump recently that you got?
Well, I could tell you the way Trump said how he talked. But no, I ain't gonna do that. No, it's classified, man. I'm not at liberty right now to talk about that. Classified.
I love it.
There's no good things are coming.
There you go. That's good. Yeah.
I got to ask you, Derek, at the end of the fight, a couple years back when Joe Rogan interviewed you and you ended up taking off your pants in a PG way, I guess, as my cohort was saying there, what kindled all that? And then after all that took place, what did you see from all the sponsorships? Did that just open up a whole avenue for your career?
Oh, yes. They opened up a big avenue for it. So I made probably over 100,000 in just merch itself. I got a Manscaped deal. I got a couple of other deals also from that, Popeyes, like a bunch of other deals. But the reason why I did it was hot. Right? It's self-explained.
Right. Do you have anything up your sleeve that just has fans ready to go for you when you come here July 12th?
I really don't know. I really don't plan nothing. It's just whatever, how I feel. I ain't even planning on taking my cup off and throw it in the crowd or mooning the crowd. I don't plan none of that. So I'm really just trying not to do all that because I forgot my kids go to elementary school and their parents are around my age. So whenever I go to my kids' school, and their friends all talking about stuff like that. So I'll be embarrassed. So I'm gonna try to keep it cool this fight.
There you go. That's spoken like a true good dad. Hey, Derek, thank you for this. We'll see you July 12th, man. This is an honor, and I hope to talk to you soon, my man. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Thank you, guys.
All right, Derek Lewis with the line of the century that he just gave us. All right, thank you. Again, that's July 12th. Tickets on sale right now. It'll be at Bridgestone Arena. Let's go to the break. We had celebrity birthdays. What day is it next? Right here, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show here, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. We're still recovering from the greatest interview ever happening on these airwaves with Derek
Lewis.
Just making sure that okay, that was something, right?
What a nice guy.
Great. That guy doesn't care about anything,
No.
which is good. Good way to live, right?
Yeah, carefree. That's exactly what you need to do in life. Just be carefree, enjoy life with a smile on your face, and yeah, he just doesn't want to answer UFC questions.
All right, we have I think it might be the only Rockies fan in America on the phone. Michael joins us now. Michael, welcome to the show. You want to talk a little Colorado Rockies?
Oh, I will, but let's not qualify myself as a Rockies fan.
Okay.
So their biggest problem is their owners. They're cheap. And as long as all these fans keep showing up to the ballpark, they won't do anything different. Just like you guys were saying, they're like a AAA team. Anytime they get good players and contracts come up, they trade them away.
But
go ahead.
I'm saying I don't get the mindset of not wanting to win. I just don't get that.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. They recently, within the last 5 years or so, they took and wiped out a bunch of seats in the outfield, put a big patio, turned it into a bar, and the people that show up at the bar, it counts towards the attendance. And it's yeah. And I don't know if the Montforts still own it, which they have a meat packing place out there. And they're just cheap, and they'll never do anything about it until the attendance goes down.
Well, there you have it. Thank you, Michael. Please call back in. You're now our Rockies correspondent.
Okay, and very good, guys. I enjoy your show, and we definitely will. If I any more input, I'll make sure I give you a call.
Please do. Thanks, Michael. Know that being our Rockies correspondent is it's
vital.
It's a vital, and it's also a non-paid position. Just letting you know. With that being said, Connor Newt, Mr. Speaker, let's go.
All right. It is Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Jarrett Companies, Inc. Use their electrical division for installations, inspections, upgrades, and more. JarrettCompaniesInc.com, above and beyond industry standards. All right. First on this, we have it's a pop-up, not what we needed. Chimborazo Day. It looks like a mountain, so I should know that maybe. Impersonate Authority Day.
Don't do that. Don't be an imposter.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
Impasta. There we go. Love Conquers All Day is today.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. National Chocolate Macaroons Day.
I should know what a macaroon
It's
is.
like a cookie.
Okay,
I think.
but I
Like
don't.
A French cookie, maybe.
I don't know.
National Egg Day. So
What kind of egg?
Just any egg.
Any?
Yeah, I'd assume so. Like
Edible, non-edible?
Yeah, oh, never mind. National Itch Day is today.
Itch Day?
Itch.
Okay.
Yeah, you get an itch. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Repeat Day. It's kind of me.
What'd you say?
Yep. World Bicycle Day is today. Schwinn bicycles are still around.
They are.
Yeah. World Cider Day. So if you like drinking some cider.
Cider's good, man.
Yep. And to wrap it up, World Club Foot Day. Club foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what we got for today.
The
Joe.
Foot Club?
I was going to say something, but I was like, no, we'll move on. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. It's fun playing this game with two guys who were born about 12 years ago who don't know who any of these people are, so it's a good time.
Thank you.
All right, our first birthday is he's in the band Fish, Mike Gordon. How old is Mike Gordon from the band Fish?
Oh, Mike, I'm sorry. 53.
What are you waiting on?
Sorry.
It ain't me, pal.
53.
This is home territory for you. 60.
60 exactly. Big Fish fan there, speaker?
Never heard of him.
Can you spell the band? It's spelled Fish. Can you spell that?
Fich.
It's Phish. And let's get Derek Lewis to spell fish.
He doesn't eat fish.
He doesn't care.
He likes McDonald's.
He likes the McGriddle. Next up is a guy that you've patterned your career after there, Dr. Crane. Anderson Cooper. You wanted to be a reporter? Anderson Cooper.
No, absolutely not.
He's a very good reporter.
Sure. Let's go 43.
63.
58. And his mother is Gloria Vanderbilt, one of the Vanderbilts, I think.
Really?
Alice Cooper?
Anderson Cooper.
Oh, same thing.
Not even close, but thanks. It's 2-0 the Speaker right now. All right, move on down here. Let's see who else. Birthdays. Oh, boy, we don't have a whole lot. Oh, the bass player Too Slim of Riders in the Sky. They
61.
sing Woody's Roundup.
61.
Like from Toy Story?
Yep.
Whoa. 70.
77. Singer Susie Quattro. She was on Happy Days as Pinky Tuscadero.
83.
75.
75 exactly. The Speaker's up 4-0. He's taking no prisoners. Actor Scott Valentine, he was the rough boyfriend on the TV show Family Ties.
77.
I love Family Guy. Oh,
Family Ties.
65.
67. The Speaker's up 5-0. He's on a roll. Country singer Jamie O'Neill, who had the great song There Is No Arizona.
63.
72.
57. Who else here? Oh, actress Lelaine Dupree from Lizzie McGuire. That's in y'all's age range.
I remember Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire.
38.
36.
Dr. Crane nailed it at 38. Well done with that.
Thank you.
All right, a few celebrity then sports birthdays now. Let's go with one of the most iconic names in basketball. Very influential. Billy Cunningham. Billy Cunningham's birthday's today.
65.
80.
82. The Speaker's up 6-2. Rolling. One of the best golfers of all time, Hale Irwin. How old is Hale Irwin?
77.
83.
80. You guys are right in the middle of that one. One of the best tennis players of all time, Rafael Nadal.
Ooh, I should know this. 44.
42.
39. And our final birthday today, sports celebrity. He's still in the league. Al Horford played for Florida, won 2 national titles with them, with the Celtics now. Still getting it done.
41.
38.
39. That's it. Speaker wins 7-2.
Well done.
Well done. I bet you couldn't identify all those people if you saw them out in public.
I knew some of them.
Doesn't matter, though,
No.
because you won.
I know what Al Horford looks like.
Yeah, badass is what it looks like. Well done with that. Could you identify Derek Lewis if you saw him at McDonald's eating a McGriddle?
If he had his trainer with him, but I don't think he has a trainer anymore.
Would you go up and say, hey, you're on our radio show today?
You were very family friendly and used a lot of choice words.
Oh, my goodness. How did it go? You were happy with your interview with Derek Lewis
It wasn't
there?
mine. It was our interview.
But
He
you
was
were
a
looking
great
forward
guy.
to that.
Yeah, I was. UFC's real cool.
I will say, though, that he was supposed to call in at 10. He called in at 10:30. 99% of the time, those people, when they're supposed to call in at 10, never call in.
He was doing his 6 miles. Takes him
Doing
4
6
hours.
miles. Yep. So thank you, Derek Lewis, for still sticking to what you're doing and calling in. That's our show today. Any last words, or Dr. Crane?
No, just thanks for listening. Appreciate y'all letting me fill in for Chase while he's getting his certificates.
That's right. We leave all of our show every time talking to our guys out there. We know you're struggling. Every 60 seconds, a guy takes his life, and I wish I would have to bring this up. You turn the music down for a second if you don't mind. And it's a stat that just bothers me all day long, and we try to fight all this together. So if you're going through something, and to the guys who've reached out to us the last year and a half, thank you so much. We are here for you on your cell phone. You can call or text 988 if you need to talk to anybody. Know that we're out here, we're talking to you, and that our world is a better place because you are here. Please know that. And know that we love you. More importantly, more than anything else, God loves you.